She didn't run from him, y'all. She ran from what she saw standing behind him. Two different things. Two different conversations. Y'all keep talking about who broke up with who. The real question is what she walked in on at that hotel in Paris. The real question is what made a 28-year-old woman who has been raised inside the industry her entire adult life suddenly decide she'd rather be single and disappear for 6 weeks than spend one more night in the room she was sitting in. Lori grew up at the foot of that conversation. Her stepdaddy is Steve Harvey. Her mama is Marjorie Harvey. She has been inside industry green rooms since she was 12 years old. So when I tell y'all that what she saw at that hotel was bad enough to make her specifically run, y'all need to understand the bar she was working with. Her bar is not your bar. Her bar is calibrated for things you would not survive being in the room for. Damon Idris is not the villain of the story. Damon is the most recent man we know got placed in front of her on the runway. The villain is the runway itself. The villain is whoever picked Damon, knowing he was about to walk into the F1 press cycle with Brad Pitt and needed an industry-approved girlfriend on his arm before that movie hit theaters. The villain is the network of people who reportedly engineer those introductions and reportedly collect the proximity leverage on the back end. Lori saw the architecture. That's what she ran from. So Lori Harvey just allegedly sent the entire Black Hollywood power network into a full-on quiet panic spiral. And tonight, the people behind her engagement, behind her breakup, and behind the Vogue press cycle that handled both, they are reportedly the ones not sleeping. According to multiple insiders, Lori reportedly told 2 people in her immediate circle, over the course of 3 separate conversations this spring, what she allegedly walked in on during a private industry event in Paris in May of 2025, 6 weeks before the Vogue breakup announcement dropped in July of 2025. The streets is saying that what she saw was not Damon Idris doing anything inappropriate. The streets is saying that what she saw was Damon Idris being placed into a room with people he reportedly did not know, did not invite, and did not have an exit from. Allegedly. The streets is saying she watched it happen in real time. She watched the door close behind him. She watched the handlers reposition. And the streets is saying she made the call within 48 hours that she was not going to be the woman the public watched walk down the aisle with a man she had reportedly just identified as the next documented target of an architecture she had spent her entire adult life trying to stay outside of. Allegedly, none of which has been confirmed. Lori Harvey has not publicly addressed any of this. Damon Idris has not publicly addressed any of this. Marjorie Harvey has not publicly addressed any of this. Vogue, the publication that ran both the engagement and the breakup, has not addressed any of this. What we are reporting tonight is what the streets is saying, what insiders are reportedly saying, and what is allegedly contained in the private conversations Lori reportedly had with 2 people whose names we will not publish. Let me say that one more time, because the framing matters. Damon Idris is not the villain of this story. The villain is the architecture. Let's get into it. Before we get into the alleged Paris event, let's set the table. Because to understand why Lori Harvey's exit in July of 2025 was reportedly different from her previous exits, from Michael B. Jordan in 2022, from Future in 2019, from the brief Diddy proximity moment in 2017, from the Justin Combs era before that, you have to understand who raised her and what she has reportedly known about this industry since she was old enough to attend industry events. Lori Harvey was born January 13th, 1997. She is 28 years old. Her biological father is Donald Hatch. Her stepfather is Steve Harvey, who married her mother, Marjorie Bridges, in 2007 when Lori was 10. Lori has lived inside Black Hollywood's most documented family power network for the entire functional length of her adult memory. She has been at the Met Gala. She has been at the Diddy parties. She has been at the BET Awards. She has been at the Harvey Christmas dinners that include, by public record, every major industry executive within driving distance of Atlanta in any given December. Allegedly, Lori has known the names, the architectures, the contracts, and the rotation patterns since she was approximately 15 years old. That is the street's working assumption. That is not a court finding. That is the working assumption based on her documented proximity to her stepfather and her mother for the last 18 years. Marjorie Harvey is a different figure. Marjorie has, per public record, been the subject of intense channel-level commentary by Cat Williams and D.L. Hewley specifically. Cat has reportedly described Marjorie as one of the most powerful behind-the-scenes operators in the Black entertainment business, allegedly running Steve's career, allegedly orchestrating partnerships, and allegedly trained as a pipeline manager for younger Black women entering the industry. Allegedly. The streets is saying, and this is what makes the Lori Harvey exit different from her previous exits, that Marjorie reportedly called Lori from Atlanta the same week as the alleged Paris event and reportedly told her the following: "You saw what you saw. You don't have to explain it to me. Get out. Now. We will handle the cover story." That claim comes from one source. Take it with the salt it deserves. Allegedly. That conversation, if it happened, reportedly took place approximately 3 weeks before the Vogue breakup announcement dropped. Allegedly. The streets is saying, and we have to say this clearly, that the Vogue breakup announcement was reportedly the cover story. Lori reportedly did not split with Damon Idris because of incompatible schedules or wanting different things in life. Lori reportedly split with Damon Idris because Marjorie reportedly told her to, because Marjorie reportedly recognized in the description Lori gave her of the Paris event the exact architecture Marjorie has reportedly been navigating for 30 years. Allegedly. That, baby, is the story. But it gets worse. Receipt number 1. The Vogue engagement timing. Lori and Damon's engagement was announced through Vogue in early 2025 as part of a coordinated public relations rollout that several industry insiders described on Background as unusually polished for a couple who had been publicly dating for less than 14 months. The Vogue feature was negotiated months in advance. The photographer was hand-picked. The release date was coordinated to land within a 21-day window of Damon's pre-promotional appearances for the Formula One movie. Allegedly. The streets are saying, not Vogue, not Damon, not Lori, the streets, that the engagement announcement was reportedly engineered to coincide with the launch of Damon's A-list Hollywood entry. He went from snowfall actor to leading man alongside Brad Pitt overnight, allegedly with the assistance of an industry-aligned PR architecture that reportedly required an industry-approved girlfriend on his arm for the press cycle. Lori Harvey, born inside the network, daughter of Marjorie, was reportedly the visible product of that coordination. Whether she knew this was coordination at the time the engagement was announced is the question the streets are now asking. The answer the streets are arriving at is, she did not know yet. She found out in Paris, but it gets messier. Receipt number 2, the alleged Paris event. According to multiple insiders, in mid-May of 2025, Lori and Damon reportedly attended a private industry-affiliated dinner at a 6th arrondissement hotel that has been documented in multiple separate civil filings as a recurring venue for industry-aligned coordination during the Cannes Film Festival window. The Cannes Film Festival ran from May 13th to May 24th, 2025. The F1 movie's first major European promotional cycle was reportedly scheduled to begin 2 weeks after Cannes closed. Damon Idris was in Paris as part of pre-promotional positioning for the film, and Lori Harvey was with him, according to insiders. The dinner in question, insiders say, took place on or around May 18th, 2025. Allegedly. The streets are saying, and we cannot independently verify this, that Lori entered the dinner thinking it was a routine industry mixer. She allegedly exited the dinner approximately 70 minutes later in what one source described as a different emotional state than anyone in her circle had ever seen. Allegedly. What she allegedly saw between her entrance and her exit has not been described publicly. Two people who Lori reportedly told privately have apparently not described it to any third party. Whatever it was, and we are not in a position to speculate on the specifics, it was reportedly enough to make a 28-year-old woman who has spent her entire adult life inside this network decide that she was leaving the relationship within 48 hours. That is what the streets are saying. That is the part the silence is making louder. But it gets worse. Receipt number 3. Damon Idris's documented trajectory. Damon Idris is a 33-year-old British actor born September 2nd, 1991. He is the youngest of 6 siblings. He grew up in South London. He came up through Snowfall, the FX drama, about the 1980s crack epidemic that ran from 2017 to 2023. 6 seasons, critically loved. He has been on the trajectory to A-list Hollywood crossover for years. The F1 movie was reportedly the moment he was supposed to make the jump from respected ensemble lead to leading man across the international market. Brad Pitt, the producer, Joseph Kosinski, the director, Warner Brothers, the distributor. This is the highest profile career moment of Damon Idris's life. Allegedly. The streets are saying that the engagement to Lori, the Vogue announcement, and the timed public relations rollout were reportedly part of the architecture that made the Formula One launch possible at the visibility level the studio reportedly demanded. Allegedly. None of that makes Damon Idris complicit in anything inappropriate. None of that means he knew what the architecture was, who was running it, or what they wanted from him in exchange for the elevation. The streets are saying, and this is the part that is actually important, that Damon Idris reportedly walked into the Paris dinner the same way Boston Richie reportedly walked into the West Hollywood Hotel 2 months earlier, not knowing, not consenting in the operational sense, not understanding the leverage product that was being generated by his presence at the event. Allegedly. Damon is reportedly the latest documented target of the same architecture we have been mapping in our last 4 videos. He is not the villain. He is the target. But it gets worse. Receipt number 4. Lori's previous exits, and what makes this one different. Lori Harvey's documented public dating history includes Justin Combs in her teens, the son of Diddy. Future from late 2018 to early 2019. A brief Diddy proximity moment in 2017 that was reportedly very brief, and that Marjorie reportedly intervened to end. Michael B. Jordan from 2020 to 2022. Each of those exits was reportedly handled differently. Future was reportedly a clean break. The Michael B. Jordan split was reportedly negotiated through public coordination over a period of weeks. The Diddy proximity was reportedly handled in a single phone call from Marjorie. None of those exits, however, allegedly involved Lori Harvey going dark on social media for 6 weeks. They did not, allegedly, involve her stepfather pulling out of 2 scheduled industry events on short notice. The most serious claim is that Marjorie Harvey flew to Paris within 48 hours of the alleged dinner to physically extract her daughter from the city. Allegedly. Insiders, relying on flight tracker data quietly circulating in industry whisper networks, say a private jet registered to a Steve Harvey adjacent entity landed at Le Bourget Airport in Paris on or around May 19, 2025. The whispers say Marjorie flew in to get her daughter herself. When the supposed cover story ran in Vogue 6 weeks later, it said the breakup was mutual, but it gets worse. Receipt number 5. The architecture named. According to multiple insiders, the same alleged handler team that has been positioned around E.J. Johnson at industry events for over a decade is reportedly the same team that was attached to the F1 promotional cycle for Damon Idris. Allegedly, the same 3 to 5 publicists, party promoters, and social architects, whose names we are not yet publishing. The same architecture, the same product, the same leverage mechanism. The streets are saying, and this is where the conspiracy web kicks in, that what Lori Harvey reportedly recognized in Paris was the architecture itself. She reportedly recognized the publicists. She reportedly recognized the promoters. She reportedly recognized the room layout. She had been in that exact room before, in different cities, on different dates, with different men on the receiving end of the same coordination. Allegedly. What reportedly made the Paris event different is that she reportedly saw the moment of decision, the moment when Damon was reportedly handed something to sign, or asked to step away with someone he did not know, or walked into a room he did not realize was waiting. The specifics have not been publicly disclosed. The streets are saying that Lori reportedly saw the Trigger event live, and she reportedly recognized it as the same Trigger event her mother Marjorie has reportedly described to her in private multiple times over the last decade. Allegedly. But here's the thing, and here is where the conspiracy web kicks in. Because if you connect the alleged Paris event, plus the alleged Marjorie extraction, plus the documented Vogue breakup, plus the Formula One movie launch coordination, plus the E.J. Johnson architecture from our last video, plus the Boston Richie alleged hotel night, plus the Young Thug Halloween release, plus the DayBaby blackball pattern, plus Cat Williams' Club Shay Shay disclosures, plus Terrence Howard's couch casting testimony, plus the documented Cassie testimony, plus the federal Diddy indictment, you do not have a dozen separate stories. You have one machine, and the machine is reportedly the same machine run by the same architecture that has been quietly coordinating leverage product through proximity event photographs for 35 years, allegedly. The streets are saying that Lori Harvey, born inside the network, raised by one of the most documented behind-the-scenes operators in the business, recognized the machine in Paris because she had been trained from adolescence to recognize it. She allegedly recognized it in time. She allegedly got out in time. And Damon Idris, who reportedly did not have her training, did not have her network access, and did not have her mother, is reportedly still inside the machine tonight, with no idea what he is reportedly attached to, allegedly. Or, and this is the version the streets are also quietly floating, Damon reportedly figured it out the same night Lori did, but cannot say so publicly because the Formula One movie cycle is reportedly already in motion, and the financial consequences of him walking would reportedly be measured in 8 figures. Allegedly. But the alleged silencing pattern is already in motion. The same body count from our last 4 videos. Wendy Williams, conserved, allegedly with a Diddy expose in pre-production. Aaron Carter, dead at 34, allegedly days before a tell-all. Anne Heche, car crash after publicly discussing Hollywood pipelines. Twitch, declared a suicide, allegedly out of character before death. Virginia Giuffre, declared dead in April 2025, family disputed. Katrina White, allegedly attached to the Diddy investigation, declared dead May 2025. Lil Keed, dead at 24 the week of the YSL RICO. Allegedly. Everyone. The signal goes up. The comms tighten. The truth teller goes quiet. The world moves on. Tonight, the signal is reportedly up over Marjorie Harvey's residence in Atlanta. Reportedly, security at the Harvey family compound was visibly increased the weekend after the Vogue breakup ran. Reportedly, Steve Harvey has canceled 2 scheduled appearances in the last 7 days. Reportedly, Lori Harvey's social media has been reduced to scheduled brand deal posts coordinated through a publicist with 0 personal content. Allegedly. We do not know what any of this means. We do know that the pattern, when it begins, looks exactly like this. Now, here's the part nobody in the industry wants to say out loud, but the streets are already doing the math. What happens in the next 30 days will tell us whether the Harvey family's documented decade of independent navigation through this architecture is reportedly about to be tested in public. There are 3 plays the system reportedly runs at this level. Play 1, the credibility attack on Lori. A coordinated leak from at least one industry-aligned outlet about a personal matter, a financial issue, an old relationship, or a wellness rumor. This strategy is designed to reframe her exit from Damson as the actions of an unstable or impulsive young woman, rather than the calculated decision of someone who reportedly saw the architecture in real time. We have seen this play run against Lori before. Watch for the version that lands in the next 72 hours. Play 2, the surprise reconciliation announcement. Within 14 days, expect a coordinated Vogue follow-up, a joint photograph at a public event, and a statement to People magazine saying we are working on things. Designed to walk Lori back into the architecture before the story she reportedly told 2 people gets repeated by a third. Allegedly. Play 3, the catastrophic version, the version we will not name, the version that runs against the truth tellers, not the targets. Watch Marjorie Harvey's public schedule. Watch Steve Harvey's public schedule. Watch whether Cat Williams' planned commentary on the Lori and Damson situation, which insiders are saying he is reportedly preparing, actually airs on time. The pattern is the pattern. The tells are documented. As usual, people had their thoughts. One person on Twitter wrote that if Marjorie Harvey actually flew to Paris within 48 hours to extract her daughter, that is not gossip. That is the closest thing to a public defection from this architecture we have ever seen. Watch what happens to Marjorie now. The retaliation against the women who break ranks is reportedly worse than the retaliation against the men. On Reddit, one commenter wrote that Lori Harvey has dated Future, Michael B. Jordan, and Damon Idris in 5 years. 3 different men, 3 different industries, 3 different exits. The commenter said the common factor is not her. The common factor is the network. And the network is reportedly running out of A-list black men to introduce her to. Another commenter said Damon Idris is the most underrated victim in this story. The man was on the cusp of his career-defining moment, and he reportedly walked into a Paris dinner not knowing what was waiting. You all should be sending him support, not jokes. He does not know what he does not know. And a fourth, the one that has been keeping me up tonight, said the fact that Lori has gone almost completely dark on social media for 6 weeks tells you everything. People who broke up do not go dark. People who saw something do. Honey, the dominoes are never random. That's the whole point. But now I want to know your thoughts. Do you really think Lori Harvey ran from Damon Idris because of incompatible schedules and the typical celebrity couple drift? Or do you think she reportedly saw the architecture in Paris and walked out the way her mother Marjorie has reportedly trained her to walk out? Do you think Damon Idris knew what he was walking into on May 18th, 2025? Or is he reportedly the most recent documented target of the same architecture that has been mapping behind every public couple in this industry for 30 years? And does Marjorie Harvey, who reportedly extracted her daughter from Paris in 48 hours, now become the next person the system reportedly tries to silence? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video about the 3 other black A-list men whose public relationships in the last 5 years reportedly followed the exact same engagement and extraction pattern Lori reportedly just walked away from. Because trust me, baby, by the time you hear those 3 names, every Vogue magazine cover you have ever scrolled past is going to look different.